Hey people, how are you doing? This is Tim Anthony Ford, Bayesian Nigerian here. So basically, I was just watching this. Well, yesterday I watched this video by a young lady from the States called, I think, Sensei Aishitemasu. I can't remember. I don't know if I pronounced her surname right or the name that she uses. And she was basically breaking down the facts of, are we the same as black people? And I tell you what, it's something that you definitely have to watch yourself, yeah. And I think this girl is on point, yeah. And I get it, I didn't get it before. And I think if you see me in previous videos or other videos where I've spoken about, one of my friends that lives in Atlanta, who's a Kenyan, how he kind of gets these bad, evil looks by African Americans and whatnot. And I didn't understand it. I was like, well, this is the land of Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King's birth house is just over there. Because we lived in King Memorial. At the time when I was in Atlanta. When I visited, and it kind of just dawned on me, because Martin Luther King's civil rights movement and Malcolm X's civil rights movement wasn't for every single black person on the planet. Yeah, it was for the civil rights movement of Americans, black Americans, African, don't want to call them African, descendants of American chattel slavery, I believe the lady called it. Beautiful, I love that. Descendants of the descendants of American chattel slavery. It's kind of deep. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that right. I'm wrong. Please correct me. And it was kind of deep, because I then understood why there was that hatred for Africans being in the States. Now, also, I tend to have forgotten the fact that, like, it was Africans that actually sold, a lot of their enemies or people that are prisoners of war to the Europeans when they came. But like, it's kind of weird, because how I was almost taught the story was like slavery, indentured slavery, whatever, being in Africa and in certain parts of Saudi Arabia, whatever around the world way before. But the way that these indentured servants were treated, if that's the right pronunciation, was not as bad as the transatlantic slave trade, was not as bad as when they were, taken to the Americas and the Caribbean and blah, blah. Slavery, isn't it? Yeah? There's no good from it whatsoever. Yeah? Now, the thing is, if you're an African American living in the States, knowing your history fully, in a state of where you've come from, of course you're going to be angry at Africans, because their forefathers would have sold you into slavery. Of course, absolutely. But I didn't think of it like that. I was not thinking of it like that. But at the same time, it's important to understand that it was my ancestors, from my Nigerian side. Remember, I'm Bayesian as well. My father's from Barbados as well, which is like, a slave colony. Yeah, and that's a different story. And they take it to a different level over there. It's like they worship Europeans in a sense in Barbados than their own people, which is kind of sad. But basically, going back to this story, or this young lady's viewpoint, which I absolutely approve of. Yeah, I feel like I need to. Well, I'm not going to give that idea away. But basically, I 100% agree with this girl's viewpoint, because we've just got to see it from a different point of view. But I think it's kind of hard if an African American is hating an African without actually giving them the exact reason why, or it's just like a simple hatred. I mean, you don't really get white people actually, giving you the reason why they hate you as a black man and calling you nigger. Do you know what I mean? But I think if you go to a country, yeah, where, and some of my friends might be annoyed at me at this, but I know they will get it. If you go to a country where the black people in that country have worked so hard to get what they got, yeah, and you as an African come into that particular country, yeah, and don't kind of pay homage to the African American legacy in a way, yeah, then in a sense you're at fault, because you almost have to be you almost have to kind of like be aware of these things. But then it doesn't really help when a lot of African Americans literally just throw pure hate towards Africans for no reason whatsoever. I'm not saying there's no reason. Obviously the reason is probably because of slavery or because of some other things, yeah? Now, there was a point in my life where everything I wanted to do was to go to America. Everything I wanted to do, everything I wanted to achieve was about going to the States, because it felt like it's somewhere that you were more accepted, you know, as a black man, yeah? Then this young lady literally changed my viewpoint and said, if you're coming, it felt like she was talking directly to me. She said, if you're coming from a country where, in a sense, what I'm paraphrasing at the moment, if you've come from a country where your government is unstable, you haven't really fought for the rights, yeah, you know, for you to be in that particular country properly. Even the fact that you were born in that country doesn't matter, yeah. You haven't fought for the rights to be in that country, yeah. You haven't gone against no apartheid type rule. You haven't gone against something that's kind of heavy-handed in a sense where we fought on a different level, yeah, to be heard, yeah. I mean, we've had these riots over here in the, you know, in the UK. Yeah, it had 87 riots in Broadwater Farm, and the 1970 or 1977 riots in Brixton, yeah, and then the 2011 riots in Tottenham, yeah. Now, these were us as British Africans and British West Indians going against the system when we saw an unjust. But it can never be on the same level as slavery in the Americas. It can never be on that same level, because we didn't suffer. We haven't suffered enough, yeah, for us to actually say, you know what, we're gonna build our own. We're gonna build our own TV stations. We're gonna build our own infrastructure. Yeah, we're gonna take back, yeah, the industry that the Asians or Koreans have taken when it comes to our hair, beauty products and hair products or whatever. We're gonna take that back. We haven't hurt enough, you know. We haven't bled enough. It feels like, yeah, for us to actually get to that particular point, yeah. So what this young lady was saying really, it made so much sense to me. But because in the past I never really thought of Americans hating African Americans, hating Africans and hating West Indians, yeah, to a certain extent. Because obviously, well, they don't really hate West Indians and such, so I guess they hate half of me. But it just made so much sense. So basically what I'm saying, I said basically twice, what I'm really saying is, if we are to be taken serious in this country as black folk, as Africans, as West Indians, yeah, Africans from East Africa, West Africa, South Africa, North Africa, if we are to be taken seriously, we 100% need to take what is ours. Building infrastructure, there's going to be built, yeah, on our backs and our backs only. Be funded by our money and our money only. 100% ours. That's what we need to do. If you look at America, what have they done? A whole load of stuff. What have they gone through? A whole load of stuff. I'm not saying that we're going to have to put ourselves through some ish, yeah, just so that we can be taken seriously. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we need to start fighting more for our own. We need to start working together and building stations. There's a station over here in London called Ben TV, and they're doing a hell of a lot, yeah. They might not have the greatest quality in production, because from what I understand is, because I used to work for a channel called VITV, Channel U, and I also used to work for ACTV, African Caribbean Television, as a cameraman, director, editor. Now, when I was working with those companies, I understood that they had to buy some sort of licensing to broadcast their videos. yeah, to broadcast their, you know, whatever program that they put out there. And obviously they didn't have enough money to broadcast on such a high frequency per month or however it was for the quality of the visuals or for the quality of the production to look really good. I mean, I would shoot something HD or whatever it was and put it on this channel and it would look like crap, because it was about frequency. It was about how being able to pay for the frequency. Someone correct me if I'm wrong out there, but that's what I believe it was. Yeah, so you don't need to correct me anyway. So what I'm saying is, we need our own TV station, regardless of the fact that we're gonna go, you know what I mean, you know, TV is gonna be obsolete in a good few years' time. Yeah, we will still need our own broadcast station, even if it's every single YouTube channels that's out there. We filter it. Every black YouTube channel, every African and Caribbean YouTube channel that is being broadcast from the United Kingdom. And we filter it through this TV station so that we know that that is ours. We need a whole load of people watching this, watching these TV stations. Between this time and this time could be African time. Between this time and this time could be Jamaican time. Between this time and this time could be Trinidadian time, Bayesian time, like St. Kitts, you know, just every single island, every single country, you know what I mean, every single country in Africa, every single little island or country in the Caribbean. We need to have that form of what's the word? A form of togetherness, yeah? Which means at the same time, we're going to have an Arabic channel within this channel as well, because we want to make sure our Somalian brothers are heard, our Ethiopian brothers are heard, Eritrean brothers are heard, North Sudanese, South Sudanese brothers and sisters. When I say brothers, I mean brothers and sisters are heard. So we need to put something like that out there so that people can actually see that there is a unity, a uniformity of that. So what Sensei was saying, I believe, was before we can get to a point where Africans and Americans, AA, or descendants of American chatted slaves or slavery or whatnot, can actually have a conversation. We as Africans, we as Caribbeans, partly African, partly Caribbean, have to literally say, in a sense, to them, you know, to these descendants of African, descendants of American chatted slavery, we have to kind of say to them, we understand your plight, we respect your plight, and I'm saying that right now. Did I say expect? I respect your plight. Yeah, I respect what your nation has gone through as black folk. I respect that. Yeah, and I understand that is something that we didn't go through as Africans. We went through our own colonization as Africans. Yeah, but as you said, you guys are the military guys. You guys are the ones that are gonna, you know, go to battle and win the war. When it came to watching Black Panther, yeah, the character that is it Michael B or Michael? Yeah, Michael B, I believe, played. Yeah, I wanted to be that character because to me that was America, and I understood that was an alpha male, and he made, or the perception of the African king was a beta male, a beta male, beta, B-E-T-A. Yeah. Now the problem with that is, when you know African kings, a lot of African kings will make decisions, but not decisions under, you know, duress or decisions where they're angered. They contemplate, very calm in their decision making, and then they will make those decisions. But how Black Panther himself was put out there in front, you know, in front of us, was a beta male, and he didn't look like he made the right decisions. Because at the end of the day, I am like Eric B in a sense of, you know, or Michael B, sorry, in a sense of the way he was thinking. Let's get our arms together and let's get our people and save our people. I'm down for that. So going back to what Sensei was saying, I truly understand where you're coming from. And I do feel like us here in the United Kingdom need to kind of step up our thinking, need to step up, yeah? We've got Skepta doing some big things, yeah? Nigerian brother, yeah? Doing some ill things. I love what he's doing. Yeah, we've got Wretch 32. Yeah, West Indian brother doing some big things. Yeah, at the same time, we got who else have we got? I just had his name in my head and he's just gone. Yeah, we've got a lot of people from the UK that's doing some amazing things. Tiny Temper, yeah, where are you, bro? I mean, we got these people doing some amazing things, yeah? Let's get together and make Britain great for the black community, yeah? I almost sounded like Trump over there. But honestly, this is something we actually do need to do. We need to come together, yeah, as a nation and let the Americans look at us and go, well done, my brothers. Well done, my brothers and sisters. You're actually stepping up your game. Because at the moment, we're acting like the weak cousin right now. The weak cousin that always comes to your yard when, you know what I mean, to smoke the good weed or whatever, or to take a plate of food and take a whole load of Tupperware home of your food, and he ain't chipped in for nothing. That's how we're looking at the moment. That's how we're looking at, you know, that's how we're looking at the moment as Great Britons or black Great Britons. We're looking like that. We're pouncing off of the Americans, of the black Americans and the black American culture, of the music, of the culture, of the breakdance and the graffiti and all this and that and that and that. We're pouncing so much. What have we done for us lately? Black UK, stand up. Come on. What have we done for us lately? We need our own TV station. Yeah. Now you got to check out what's it called? On the Balcony. Something that a friend of mine, Shaka Henry, produced. I shot some parts of it. You got to check out SBTV, doing some great stuff. And I saw that what's his brother's name? Can't remember his name. He's on channel 5 at the moment on a Friday. Yeah, dude, like we're slowly coming forward, but we need more. We need to move forward more. It's like, come on, like I know we haven't been, you know, as consensus wise, we haven't been in the UK for 500 years, although we've seen evidence of us as Britons, black Britons being in the UK for a long time. But we need to, you know, make infrastructure that's ours, that's recognized, so that we don't have to look to, you know what I mean, a TV station over here, a TV station over there. We know that it's our news, by us, for us, by us. Fubu, before Fubu sold its chain to China. We need to understand the worth that we actually have as black folk. People want to tap into what we have. Why don't we tap into what we have and make money? Let's earn some money. Let's literally make our money a mint. Let's start making our own mint. Yeah, have our own mint factories and making our own money. Yeah, let's start making our own money that we can circulate within our community. Yeah. And somehow we'll figure out how, you know, it connects to the pounds. We need to start earning our own money. However we do this, we need to do this now. Because time is running out for all of us. Thank you, people.